I am not suitable for crash tests. I am detecting mineral deposits in this region. Object. Calculations, a collision here was avoidable. Designed to survive the occasional crash. However, its occupants are another matter. You are likely the most interesting being in this region, Captain.
Landing site is sufficient. Taking the ship down.
This region is not suited for biological life forms. It does not possess the resources required for your survival. It seems the enemy has vanished. I doubt the enemy will return. Opening fire. object. Enemy killed. Searching. Target reacquired. High vertical jumps will result in an overwhelming amount of fun.
Sorry, the foreman's... I don't know why everyone's so down on this job. Construction work.
I'm gunning for the foreman's job.
It's a miracle that none of this...
Okay.
Here's what I've got in stock. Alrighty. See you later.
experience thrills from increased velocity. Checking gauges. We are ready for ignition. With every collision.
Need some work done? Anything I can help you with? Sure thing.
Tell me you're here to just report a good old-fashioned crime? If I have to deal with one more corporate exec begging for special treatment, I'll eat my badge. You know, your stand-up routine leaves something to be desired. Though if you're gunning for a personalized tour of one of Gagarin's holding cells. But I think we might have gotten off on the wrong foot. It's our job to deal with any law breaking around. Now, was there some... Knew Zeneda's stuff. Sure, Zeneda's help.
Yeah, I hate it when the walkways.
I'm Dr. Kayala. Are you a new patient? If you're a UC citizen... Ah. Look. So here, I'll take him. I'm not about... But this is a medical office. I can't in good conscience hang those things up. First, do no harm and all. I think you're just wasting your time here. Just throwing you out would be pretty heartless, wouldn't it? Zeneda always has been one of the good ones around here. All right, I'll put them up.
The drop-offs are the easy part. Getting them to actually hang those posters, less so. You managed to get those materials fast? I'm sure you did everything you could. Here, what are you... And for your negotiations.
I know a guy who just got a job at the Centauri Mills plant. Won't say what they pay, but his outfits sure have gotten nicer.
Share the catwalks, all right? I don't want to have to miss anyone.
You one of those corporate drones?
I don't miss all the extra heat from the old forges, that's for sure.
I'll say right up. I want to do your business quick. Well. Having a good one?
Aquila City is really the heart of the Freestar Collective.
Hey! Well, whatever gets you things here, we'll probably never be friends, but... yeah, we're much better as a team, even if it is a cautiously engaged one. In fact, speaking of Davis, I have to confess, I'm a little worried about him. In analyzing the recent data, I've isolated readings suggesting that someone is making patrols far more often than in the recent past. I don't have any direct evidence, but I know it's Davis. It's gotta be. I'm worried that everything I've inadvertently put him through is kinda, I don't know, pushed him over the edge, or at least a little too close to it. No, he's not. He's out there at least 4.5 times as frequently. There's something else going on. I'm better with statistics and circuits than I am with people. I've already made a mess of this situation. Do you think you could go speak to him? If nothing else, it would ease my conscience.
I can't believe Bailey did such a bonehead move.
Oh, brother.
So what can I do? And there's the headache. That woman, I swear. Even though we've smoothed over most of the rough spots, she still manages to strike a nerve without even trying. Maybe I do. When we were out there and we found that robot, obviously that threw me for a loop. Still can't believe one of my own people will pull a stunt like that, endangering us all. But the more I thought about it, that whole episode doesn't account for some of the tracks I saw out there. Too large, too spread out. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. If there's a bigger Ashta out there, something meaner than what we've seen so far, I have to know. I tell you what, if you and Kiona are worried, why don't you just come with me then? Either I get an extra gun in the fight, or you get to laugh at the old man and say, I told you so. I'll give you a chance to gear up if you need it. And, maybe grab the biggest gun you got. Just in case. know, Keone showed me her data. She's a clever kid. She's got a lot of things figured out. I think we can make some real improvements in the future.
Keep your nose clean.
Possess data that she thought was erroneous or something. But might not be. Fact. She's up with the tracks I've seen. But I tell you, I'm hoping she's right, and it's just a glitch. And no need to tell her I said that. Wouldn't want it going to her head. All right, here we are. Let's head this way. I remember a story from the first time I was here on Tequila. I had totally forgotten about it till recently. Every so often, we get independent types who think that they can succeed where everyone else has failed. Some of them stride off into the wilderness, certain that they're going to make more credits than anyone in history. Mining, botany stuff, whatever. Warnings just don't get through to them. Most of them don't come back. But this one-time miner from some corporation or other, he drags himself back into the city bloody and half dead. Claimed he seen an ash as big as a house out there. The older guys all say he was delirious. But me, I wouldn't believe it. Just listen to him. Now I wonder if maybe it wasn't just blood loss and heat stroke. Maybe he really did see something. Maybe I should have come out here a long time ago. Shit, that's gotta be it. No matter what happens, you make it back to the city and tell them about this. You hear me? That's one big son of a bitch. That's one big son of a bitch. If we didn't have proof, nobody will believe us about the Alpha. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you hadn't been with me, no way I'd be standing right now. You are something else, you know that? We got out alive this one time. That's good. But this ain't gonna be the last time we have to deal with this. Now that we know these things are out here, we need to track them and keep them out of populated areas. And that plan is gonna need everybody. So, I'm gonna swallow my pride a bit here and ask you to go tell Keone what we found. Let her know that her data wasn't an error and that she needs to focus on it. I know. Thanks again for saying...
Whoa. What? Davis should be more careful. The data shows the Ashta are more active. So, what happened? So, I was right? My data was accurate? I can't believe I second-guessed it. You know, I was really hitting a point where I was starting to think maybe this was all a mistake. That I stuck my nose into something I shouldn't have. Davis was so certain they had everything under control that they didn't want or need my help. But they did, didn't they? Yeah, you're right. If anything, this has proven I should trust my instincts. I need to get to work on this immediately. But while I've been sitting around, I whipped up a little something for you. I thought it was funny. Now that I'm giving it to you, I'm hoping it's not in really poor taste. Anyway, thank you. Again.
Everything else tastes a little funny going down.
The Jansen family immigrated here from the UC.
Outlaws, washed up. I don't do payment plans or lines of credit, and I don't... More than a few, yeah. Unless you're up in the Corps, life around here ain't easy. Folks can find their way into all kinds of trouble. I've had no end of desperate souls come through that door in search of a way out. I know it ain't technically my fault when someone buys one of my guns and starts shooting up the town, but I still don't feel great about it. Hopefully you ain't one of those kind. I'm sure I got...
Esther are sometimes spotted by farm.
Kind of weird reaching out to them instead of the other way around, isn't it? Pretty convinced.
Roach?
I know, I trust you, but... the record streak. I'm only one away. Again.
Roach!
Know what happened the last time I was paired up? I don't want it.
Roach!
This new one to... What?
Our new potential recruit. She is
standing right here. Yeah, I said I know. I'm aware of her presence, have been since she walked in the door. I said what I said. I stand by it. And rookie, don't you dare let me down. You got a lot to prove around here.
You're prompt. Good trait for a tracker. Anyhow, we can talk about punctuality or we can get down to business. I am agent number 1, or no one, if you prefer. It seems you've decided to entertain our offer. Good. A drop of enthusiasm can create an ocean of success. Remember that. However, it is not as simple as accepting and taking an oath. You must be tested in the field and face a true challenge before taking up the mantle of tracker. Do you have any questions before we proceed? Excellent. Before we accept you as an official tracker, you'll need to demonstrate competency in the field. To that end, I would like you to first accept the available bounty on the wanted display on the nearby wall, then report back to me.
You ever want to learn from the best? I'm your guy.
Good. You have your mission. What? Excellent. I knew you could. The target for this mission is admittedly one of our toughest. Not because of how dangerous he is, but because of how often he has evaded us in the past. His name is Hannibal Eutropio. He's wanted for 94 counts of spaceship grand theft. We have reason to believe he runs a chop shop somewhere out in the fringes, but we do not know where. Luckily, we have intel that one of his associates, Adrastos Dakota, is currently here in Aquila City. For your first mission, you were assigned a partner, Roach. He will have more information. Speak with him. Roach is one of our best trackers. You would do well to learn from his techniques. I wish you the best of luck. Leave no quarter. Show no mercy.
Yo, Inevitable.
What's up, Tank?
You've been doing this a while, huh? The whole tracker thing, I mean.
You could say that.
The Alliance is strong and getting stronger by the day.
Long, right? But he keeps going on about almost beating some crazy
What are you
record.
standing around for when there's fugitives on the loose? Hey, so, about earlier, when you first arrived.
Even if I did care about such things, which I don't, I simply take my time. While Roach is out there chasing down easier targets to pad his record, I took the bounties that required me to do months of investigative work.
Okay. Serious about beating this record. I don't want anyone blowing it for me. It's not personal.
Roach is very good at what he does. He just takes a different approach.
Okay, but between you and me, it still sounds like you're the better tracker.
Good. Glad we had this talk. Now let's get down to business. This Adrastos guy is our ticket to finding Hannibal. We find him, bring him in, and get the information out of him. Any questions? Great. Adrastos was last sighted in town, so we're going to go out there and you'll use your scanner to find him. Once we do, we'll convince him to chat with us. By force, if need be. If you don't have any more questions, let's hit the road. Easy. I assume you've used your scanner to find resources? Well, it's like that. Except you'll be scanning people for active bounties. I'll even make it easy for you this time and let you know when I see him. But when you're on your own, no one will be there to hold your hand. Normally, you'd either kill your target or disable and arrest him. At that point, you'd put a tracking beacon on him and someone would be called in to take him away. But we're bringing this guy with us for this mission. Ah, so you want to learn from the best. Well, sometimes that don't get to. Last thing, competition. It's the hope. He's our only lead at the moment. Now, if the question is, do I trust him? Funny you ask. Until recently, no one even knew what he looked like, despite his... As you can imagine, it's hard to find someone when you don't know their face and can't find their base of operations. This is compounded by the fact that he never leaves a trace, and we never know when or where he'll strike next. The fact that we got info linking Adrastos to him is a damn miracle. I think we were given a bum deal. Hannibal has been on the wanted list for ages, and no tracker's been able to nab him despite many trying. But maybe Agent No One's expectations are low, and they just want to see how you handle a tough but low-stakes situation. For that, I guess it's perfect. I just wish they weren't intent on dragging my record down with it. Don't get yourself killed out there. Okay, Drastos is likely wandering the streets around here somewhere. Open up your scanner and look for anyone with a bounty. We may need to check other areas of the city. It's bound to be.
That's it? I'm not gonna...
No.
Need to wear your helmet on this planet. When she needs me, you know that, give me a raise.
Really? I wouldn't do that.
Keep it moving.
If you want to purchase anything, just let me know. Or if you have any rare finds.
Cool spacesuit.
누구예요?
It would be unfortunate if that fall damaged your internal organs.
Have you tried the chamomile tea? It's so good.
We need to be smarter, better in the way we handle the Ashta.
Watsons. I used to get really grumpy. If you're sick or hurt, my mom's the doctor. She can fix anything, even acid bites.
The finest folk in the settled systems make their home right here. Good to meet you, friend. Name's Elias Cartwright. I'm the mayor of Aquila City. Now, I've got a memory for faces, and I can't say I've seen yours around here before. I make it a point to introduce myself to everyone who passes through our fine city. As the founder himself once said, there's no substitute for a warm welcome and a friendly smile. You're more than welcome. As I'm sure you know, us folk in the Freestar Collective put great stock in human kindness and generosity of spirit. I like to think that's what sets us apart. We don't rely on... I won't pry about what brought you here. That's all of your business and none of mine. However, I'd be more than happy to give you the scoop about the core and Midtown. The core is the oldest district and represents the original settlement dating back to the days of Solomon Coe. The descendants of the original settlers still make their home there today. Frank's just the latest owner of the old Hassanove Manor, and he's the worst, simply the worst. But it's been a problem since the Hassanove family ran out of heirs. There's a no wrong the Cartwrights have been trying to right for decades. And hence, well, I need help. I was right to talk to you about this. The last Hassanove was Sahar. Sad tale there. By all accounts, when she lost her last grandchild around 40 years ago, well, it broke her. She packed up and just plain left the estate. Built some farm far from Aquila City and the protection of its walls. It didn't take long before the Ashta overran the farm, and just like that, no more Hassanoves. A lot of folks thought the same. So I need someone to go to the old Sahar farm, brave the Ashta, and see if she left a will. I swear I'll honor her wishes. Aquila owes her family that much. And if it happens to kick Mr. Big Shot out of the core, well, that'll be a bonus. You are a blessing. Sahar's farm is elsewhere on the planet. If you can't handle Ashta, please just don't go. I don't want this whole sordid story to have more tragedy. Be careful, and look out for yourself.
Jumping from such a height is dangerous for your endoskeleton. use caution when approaching any creatures we may encounter in this region.
Oh my god, I'm literally in your footsteps right now. It's so cool.
Engines firing. Here we go.
Stable orbit achieved. You can stay here forever. Well, for a while anyway.
I suggest returning to the lodge to rest. You are not looking well. Members of Constellation have no doubt been awaiting your arrival.
I may regret this, but there's something I'd like to ask you.
Good luck out there on the fringe.
Lucky I noticed a pattern in one of those artifacts you pulled out. Here,